Welcome back to The Explainer. Okay, what if I told you that Saturday Night Live, the single biggest comedy show on the planet, accidentally created its own greatest rival? Sounds crazy, right? Well, according to the legend himself, Bob Odenkirk, that's exactly what went down.
And yeah, he does not pull any punches with this one. Odenkirk straight up says his supposed dream job at SNL taught him one crucial thing: exactly what not to do.
Wait, what? I mean, that was my reaction too. We're talking about SNL here, the place that makes stars. And this isn't just anybody saying this. This is coming from the guy who became Saul Goodman. When a legend of that caliber starts throwing shade, you gotta listen.
So the big question is, how did one of his worst jobs end up creating his absolute masterpiece? Let's get into it.
All right, first up, the nightmare job. Because, let's be real, behind the curtain, SNL was apparently not the creative paradise we all imagine. So check out this timeline. He gets hired in '87, he's out by '91, and then boom, just a few years later in '95 he co-creates the cult classic Mr. Show. You just know that's not a coincidence.
And get this, the guy was only 25 years old when he walked into that legendary writer's room. I mean, he was basically a kid.
And you know what? He was terrified. In his own words, he said he was unsure of himself and scared out of his wits for years. That is not exactly the kind of creative vibe you'd hope for.
But honestly, it gets even deeper than just being scared. He actually called the whole environment existentially dangerous. He even said he had feelings like he should erase himself. That's incredibly intense for a job writing comedy sketches.
So what was the root of all this? What was causing all this anxiety? Well, Odenkirk boils it down to one simple thing: a culture of no.
He paints his picture of a writer's room where young, fresh ideas were just shot down on sight by the older, established writers. It wasn't about nurturing talent, it was more like a creative firing squad. Okay, but here's where the story gets really good. This is the pivot. Because Odenkirk didn't just walk away from it all bitter and jaded. Nope. He took all that negativity and he completely flipped the script. And you want to hear the ultimate punchline? All those ideas he pitched at SNL, the ones that got shot down, he saved every single one. And they became the foundation for his masterpiece, Mr. Show. I mean, look at this. The difference is just night and day. He basically built Mr. Show to be the anti-SNL. At SNL, ideas get shot down. At Mr. Show, nothing gets shot down. SNL felt dangerous. Mr. Show was about talking everything through. The whole philosophy was different. Let's understand the idea first, then we can talk about it.
So, how'd they pull this off? Well, he and his co-creator, David Cross, didn't just cross their fingers and hope for a better vibe. No, they were architects. They literally engineered a better culture. They made a rule book.
And the rules were so simple, but honestly, pretty revolutionary. Rule number 1, no idea is shot down, ever. Rule 2, you talk about everything. And Rule 3, this is the real game changer: you have to fully, 100% understand the writer's original idea before you even think about critiquing it.
So, what's the ultimate lesson in all of this? I mean, looking back on it now, Odenkirk's perspective is actually really mature and insightful.
You'd totally expect him to still be bitter, right? But he's not. Instead, he actually expresses some regret. He's like, yeah, I was a young guy and I really wish I'd handled it better. That's some serious perspective, because even though it was tough, he gets that it wasn't a total waste. Far from it. He learned a ton about comedy writing. He made friends he still has today. And maybe the biggest lesson of all, he got a masterclass in exactly what not to do when you're the boss.
And that's really the heart of it, isn't it? Odenkirk's whole story is proof that sometimes that job you absolutely hate, the one that frustrates you to no end, it's not a setback. It's actually the perfect training ground for your biggest success.
Which kind of makes you think, right? I want you to think about that one job you just couldn't stand. Were there lessons hiding there that you didn't see at the time? Could your worst job secretly have been your best teacher? I really want to know. Drop a comment below and tell us about your best worst job. And hey, if you dug this explainer, do us a favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more. We'll see you next time.